Hey, sweetie, how'd the meeting with your probation officer go?
Hey, babe. Awesome. He said he's never seen a more successful client. And he actually called me a client. Isn't that weird?
That actually is kind of weird. I think. I've never been on probation before.
Well, I don't recommend it.
But only a couple more months, right? Then you're home free.
Completely reformed, right? As they say.
Babe, you were reformed a long time ago, way before you and I met. Don't you think?
Well, there was certainly no way I was ever going to steal a Cadillac converter again, that was for sure.
You know my position on this. You were young and dumb and got caught up with the wrong kinds of people.
Still, that was no excuse for it.
I know it was a tough time for you. Your dad had just died and you weren't exactly sober.
I know. I'm just happy to finally be putting that chapter of my life behind me. Officially. God, it happened over 8 years ago now. Can you believe that?
I can't believe you got 6 years probation. That is just crazy. I can't believe you got 2 years in jail.
Well, Judge K was a hard ass. Everybody knew that. We pleaded down as much as we could.
Whatever happened to that old cogger?
He's dead, I think.
Oh.
But I had nothing to do with it, I swear.
Of course not. Well, anyway, how should we celebrate?
Celebrate me almost being off probation?
Yeah, why not, right?
Well, I suppose it could be good, clean fun.
Movie?
Okay, sure. Sounds good.
Awesome. Want me to come pick you up?
Yeah, just give me 20 minutes.
Okay, we'll figure out what we want to see later. But I just have to stop off at my parents' house on the way, if that's okay with you.
Oh, your parents' house?
Yeah, is something wrong? Is that a problem?
Is your dad going to be there today?
Yeah, he actually is the day off for once.
Oh, well maybe, do you think you could just stop there on the way to my place then?
But that's in the complete opposite direction. Why would I do that?
Well, I don't really want to see your dad today, to be honest.
But why not?
Well, I don't think he likes me very much, to be honest, and I'm a little bit afraid of him.
Oh, come on, he's a big bald teddy bear. Why would you be afraid of him?
Oh, I don't know, because he's a cop and I'm an ex-con dating his daughter.
Don't worry about him, he'll be fine.
Well, if you say so.
Dad, I cannot believe you right now.
What? What can you not believe?
You know what I can't believe.
Well, I can't believe that you would bring a frickin' ex-con into my house. Seriously, what the hell are you thinking?
I told you about that, Dad. You and Mom, you were okay with it.
Who said I was okay with it? Are you out of your mind? You seriously think I'd be okay with that?
Well, Mom told me that you two talked, and you said you were all right with him coming over.
Oh, please, I wouldn't be okay with that freak coming over unless everything in my house was nailed down.
Come on, seriously, Dad?
Seriously what, Aaron? These guys are criminals. Do you seriously expect to bring a criminal into my house and expect me not to act this way? I'm a freaking cop.
But I thought you were a good, forgiving Christian man, too.
Well, I am. I'm that too. I go to church.
Well, then why can't you forgive him? The freaking United States government has.
Hey, not yet. He still has 2 months to go on his probation. He still has a debt to pay.
What he did, he's paid for, Dad, and many times over.
Oh, many times over, huh? What does that mean?
It means that the judge threw the book at him, and you know it.
Judge K was a fair and honest man.
That's not what I heard.
Oh, great. So is that what my daughter is now, some kind of reformer? A bleeding heart?
No, but what's right is right, and Paul was never some hardened criminal. He just messed up.
Oh, he just messed up, huh?
Yeah, he was young and fell in with the wrong crowd. His dad had just died.
Oh, so that's what he told you, huh?
Yes, that's what he told me.
Well, I have access to his records. Do you?
Wait a minute, you looked at his records?
Of course I did. You didn't think I was going to let a convict date my daughter without looking him up first, did you?
Dad, I can't believe you did that. Are you even allowed to do that? Isn't it, against the law?
I'm police, honey. I can do whatever I want, with impunity.
Oh, really? I didn't know it worked that way.
Well, you have a lot to learn. You are very naive, dear.
Oh, am I? And what am I so naive about?
You are naive about how the world works, for one. You are naive about men. And you're certainly naive about criminals.
And you're naive about things like goodness and forgiveness.
Whatever, Aaron. The guys have bad news. Trust me.
I don't trust you about anything, Lieutenant Bossy Pants. Hello, dear. Hi, Mom. What's up? Oh, I'm just all torn up about what happened yesterday. I'm so sorry about your father. Well, it's not like it's your fault. You can't control him. He's a grown man, supposedly. Yes, but I don't want your boyfriend to feel bad or, honestly, think that my opinion is the same as your father's. I know, he doesn't. It's fine. Because I really like Paul. I honestly do. Yeah, me too. That's why I brought him around to my parents, or at least I did. Oh, honey, don't say that. You can still bring him here. He's welcome any time. Oh, really? Is he welcome? Are you so sure about that? Well, yes, of course I am. Because that's what you told me, right? That it would be totally fine to bring him over, that Dad understood? Well, I thought he did. At least I thought he would. I thought that Paul would win him over. So you were just hoping that it would all go okay without any real evidence that it would? Well, you know me, dear. Always the positive thinker, right? I just wish I'd passed that down to my children. Well, sometimes your positive thinking is deranged. Well, what do you mean by that? I don't know. Maybe I did get it from you. Because I must have been out of my mind to bring him there. I seriously thought that Dad was evolving on this stuff. Boy, was I way off. Oh, well, you know your father, Mr. Law and Order. I just don't understand why he can't believe that people can change. It's because of his profession, dear. Once you've been doing that job for so many years, you think differently. So, differently from normal people? Differently from civilian people, yes. Oh, I see. Civilians, those peasant people, I forgot, the unwashed hordes. That's not what I meant, and you know it. Your father has just seen the darker side of human nature for so long. Maybe he just has a hard time seeing the light now. And he lost his humanity in the process? His humanity? Oh, come on now, Aaron, don't be dramatic. Oh, the humanity. Well, Paul is a very human guy, and a really good guy. Well, I would hope that he's human. And I don't care what Dad thinks, I'm dating him. And if he has a problem with it, he just doesn't have to see him or hear about him, okay? Well, fine, honey, but do you really think that that is really sustainable? What do you mean? Well, you can't keep them apart forever. Oh yeah? Just watch me. I hope you know what you're doing, dear.
Hey, hun, what's going on?
Hey, babe. I'm super stressed out right now. Just not having a good day at all.
Oh no, what's going on? Anything I can do?
Well, no, nothing at all, actually. It's my parents. My mom is begging me to start talking to my dad again. But I told her that I'm simply not going to unless he starts being reasonable about you.
Yeah, well, let's not hold our breath.
I mean, I think an apology is out the window at this point.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting an apology from your father anytime soon, honey.
It's just so weird. He keeps telling my mom that if I want to put my life in danger, so be it. Like, what the hell does that even mean?
I don't know. That's really weird. What does your mom think?
She says he rants about how he's a cop, how he knows what people are really like, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, so because he's exposed to the darkest sides of human nature, he projects it on everyone?
Yes, exactly. But it is weird. Like, the last time he and I talked, he said he looked you up.
Looked me up? What do you mean?
You know, like your police files.
What? He did? He can't do that!
Well, apparently he can. He did.
You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Abuses of power. Everywhere you look these days, it's truly sickening.
Well, he was kind of implying that you weren't exactly...
Exactly what?
I don't know, telling me the whole truth about what you did all those years ago?
Well, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What did he say?
Nothing. Just forget I ever said anything.
Well, I got arrested for stealing Cadillac converters. I told you that.
And that was all it was. Do you promise?
Yes, I swear.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so paranoid. Do you see? He's gotten into my head.
It's okay. It's what all parents do. They get into your head and they don't ever get out.
I mean, if you did something really bad, he'd do anything to stop me from seeing you, right? He wouldn't just say whatever, get hurt if you want, right?
Well, I would only assume.
Why can't he just accept people? You're a good person. You make me happy. You did your time.
Yes, I did. And now it's official.
What? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot today was your last day of probation.
Yep, I'm a totally free man, completely rehabilitated.
All right, well, let's celebrate. Come on, what should we do?
Actually, I have just the place. You've got some nerve, young lady. Do you hear me? Some nerve.
Why? Whatever are you talking about?
I told you I didn't want him here, and you brought him here.
Excuse me, but you said that you didn't want any criminals there. He's not a criminal. As a matter of fact, he isn't even on probation anymore. That's why I brought him. I thought you'd like to see a proud example of your justice system, Lieutenant.
You don't know what you're talking about, little girl. You are totally out of your element. You don't know what it's like day in and day out to hit those streets. To never know if you're going to make it home alive or if some savage, some wild animal is going to take you out. Some wild animal like that scumbag boyfriend of yours.
He's not a wild animal, and if you're going to keep accusing him of stuff, you better start backing it up with some facts.
Facts? You want facts?
I think I'm entitled.
He beat the crap out of his girlfriend. That's why he went to jail.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's right. It had nothing to do with stealing Cadillac converters, although he's been arrested for that too.
But he said...
Well, he is a liar. I'm sorry that you had to hear it like this, but it's true, honey. I'm so sorry.
But he lied. He's been lying this whole time?
Well, can you blame him?
But you knew. You knew and didn't tell me?
Wait, honey, hold on now.
You knew and you didn't tell Mom?
Well, you said you were an adult. You could make your own decisions. And that's what your mother said to you, so I kept my damn mouth shut and remembered my place.
But what if he hurt me?
Well, I warned you.
But Dad, you didn't tell me everything. You didn't tell me the most essential part. You didn't tell me that my boyfriend went to jail for domestic abuse.
Well, why would I? After the way you were acting? I tried, believe me, but you would have none of it.
But you could have found a way, don't you think, for something like that?
You're so stubborn, you never would have listened, no matter what.
And Mom? You don't think Mom would have gotten through to me?
Well, it's hard to say.
This is insane. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
It's okay, sweetie. It'll be all right.
No, don't all right me, Dad. I don't know who to believe here.
Believe me. Believe your father.
I do believe you. I believe that you're telling me the truth about Paul. And I can't believe that it took you so long to do it. Goodbye, Dad.
But wait, sweetheart, I was only trying to teach you a lesson.
Hi, honey. What's up?
Oh, hi, Paul. Nothing much. Just watching TV.
Oh, really? But it's such a beautiful day out.
Yeah, well, I guess I just don't really feel like doing anything.
So, what are you watching?
That trial.
Trial?
You know, the one about the guy, that businessman who killed his wife.
Oh, no. I didn't hear anything about that. Wow, that's awful.
Yes, it is. Apparently there was a lot of abuse leading up to it.
Well, yeah, there usually is.
Oh, really? There is. And how might you know that, Paul?
Well, I mean, TV shows and stuff. Plus, it only makes sense, right? And there were some guys in the can who talked about it.
Some guys in prison who killed their wives?
Well, not killed, but, you know.
And what about you?
Huh? What about me?
Well, when you were sitting around in the circle of trust with all the other convicted wife beaters, did you tell your story too?
Whoa, what? Wife beaters?
Fess up, Paul. No more games.
What games? What are you talking about?
I know all about it, and don't lie.
All about what?
All about why you really went to prison, how you beat your girlfriend up. How could you?
Well, where did you hear that, your stupid cop dad?
That's right, originally, but I looked it up myself. It's true, isn't it? No more lies, Paul.
Okay, it's true.
Oh my God, you're disgusting.
I know I am, or I was, but I really have changed, okay?
But why did you do it?
I was a different person back then. I was an addict. Everything still applies. The crime was just different, I swear.
Well, that crime is a little different than theft, Paul.
I know, I'm sorry. Just let me prove it to you, okay?
Prove what?
Prove to you that I am who I say I am.
I can't do that now, Paul. You know I can't. You already failed that test.
Yeah, I guess I did, didn't I?
Why did you lie to me, Paul?
Well, because I guess I just never thought that a girl like you would like a guy like me. You know, if you ever knew what I did.
Well, you're totally right. I wouldn't.
Hey, wait a minute. Aren't you being a little judgmental now? Isn't that why you were so mad at your dad?
Yeah, well, get over it. You're nothing but a liar, Paul.
But I'm a good guy.
You really believe that, don't you? You're pathetic. Goodbye, Paul.
But wait, Aaron, I'm a good guy.
Hi, honey, how are you? Hey, Mom, I'm okay. Well, actually, I'm not. I feel terrible about pretty much everything. Yeah, so does your father. It's all kind of hitting him now, so he's torturing himself. Well, he does kind of deserve it a little. Hey, you'll have no argument here. What is with men? Seriously, Mom? Hey, when you find out, please let me know, dear. It's like they're either cops or criminals, aren't they? Sometimes it seems that way. Do you think you two will make up? Dad and I? Yes, dear. Yeah, eventually. As long as he understands how messed up what he did was. I think he does. I really think he does. Well, he needs to remember that he's a dad first and a cop second, okay? Maybe you should tell him that. Maybe I will. A few days later, Erin went over to her mom and dad's for dinner and made up with her dad. She explained to him that even though she knows he loves her, it was really messed up to not tell her the truth about Paul just to make a point. He agreed, and even did so without rolling his eyes or shrugging. Even though it was clear to Erin that Paul wasn't the same person he was, she still felt she couldn't risk it. She understood why he didn't tell her the truth, but also understood that if he was lying about his past, he wasn't ready to face it either. Paul eventually got into counseling and is working on himself to get rid of the root cause of his problems.